Just in case you didn't notice, we're going diving again today. Let's go. Alright, finally made it to the lake. For some reason it was a lot of traffic out on the road today. Like, it's just out there and just getting ready to get into the water. Now for today I've gotten something a little special. My setup has changed a little bit. I'm actually using a twin tank setup today. My twin 7s that I've been using, that I used to use a lot a few years ago, and then for some reason I changed using them completely. But now I want to start using them again for a specific reason, because that's probably going to be the setup that I'll be diving with at the Swiss Underwater Championship, Video Championship, coming up in October. So I thought, why not take this setup out now for a little test and see how I go with it. And I've come to a very specific dive site as well today, which is called Hermitage. It's close to Zurich. And it's very famous for all the freshwater lobsters that live here around the little pier. So I want to see if I can improve my skills on the Snoot video light that I talked about in my last video. If you haven't seen that, I'll link it up here somewhere. Because I think I really want to use that light to set a tone in my video that I'll be submitting to the championship. So as one says, practice makes champions, and I want to become a champion. I need to practice, and that's what I'm doing today. So I'm just gonna get myself completely ready, put on my gear, jump into the lake and see what kind of footage I can get with the WEEfine Smart Focus Snoot video light. Let's go. So it's way too windy outside. That's why I've decided to shoot this closing sequence here in the car. What a dive. Really, really nice. Now, at first when I got in there, because it is quite wavy and quite windy today, the water was quite murky down to maybe 3 or 4 meters. After that, it cleared up a little bit, anywhere between 3, 4, and 8, 9 meters. It was clearish, not clear, but it was quite okay. But as always, when you go out on a hunt for something, it is very likely that the one thing that you're looking for is not going to be there. And it took me quite a while on this last dive to actually find the freshwater lobsters, and I played around with the little mussels, as well as the fish. I think they're called perch in English. There's plenty of them around. They were very curious, inquisitive, and the small little clams, the mussels there, are actually really pretty once you get them in a close-up shot. Yeah, I'm actually really happy with the footage that I've got today. I think that the WEEfine focus snoot really worked very well. It worked best when I actually had the camera on the tripod and had the snoot positioned, and the subject wasn't moving too much. Like, for example, the freshwater lobsters inside the caves that I did find eventually. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any one of those creatures walking around. Sometimes you find them walking around just on the sand. I couldn't find any of those today. But in the little crevices and caves with the snoot light, it actually looks really cool when you can just put the light on an eye or the head or a part of the freshwater lobster and just illuminate that, having everything else kind of in the dark, and you can focus the attention of the viewer just on that one piece of the animal that you want to feature, that you want to show, particularly in that one shot. So definitely I haven't mastered the skill of using the snoot, which is not surprising at all. This has only been the second time ever I've used it to film underwater. But nevertheless, I think that the potential is enormous, and I'm definitely going to keep on practicing with it. I definitely want to use it to get some shots done during the Swiss Championship in underwater videography. Yeah, so good times today, and now back to the office and on to some client work this afternoon. So I hope you enjoyed this little dive with me this morning. Thank you very much for coming along. And if you did enjoy today's video, please do what people do on this platform. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, and share with friends and family. And I will see you in the next video.